Hello, everybody, and welcome to another session of Ask the Expert. Today, I'm going to be talking about school records, and I think that this is the perfect time with all these graduations and my own son actually graduating himself from high school. So this is the perfect time to look at some of the school records that you can find in MyHeritage. And who am I? Well, my name is Daniel Horowitz, if you don't know me yet, and I'm dedicated to genealogy since 1986. I was the teacher and study guide editor of the Family History Project, searching for my roots in Venezuela for 50 years. I am involved in crowdsourced digitization and transcription projects. Actually, talking about schools, we had one with a school and it was very successful here in Israel, where I am volunteering my time to the Israel Genealogy Research Association. So if you have a lead, if you have a project, let me know and we will accommodate it. But since 2006, I'm also working at MyHeritage, liaising with genealogy societies, bloggers, and media, as well as lecturing and attending conferences around the world and in the virtual space, just as today. And today we are going to talk about these school records. And you know that these sessions are kind of a show and tell. I actually want you to go straight to the live website, and that is the URL that I am copying there for you. And I'm going to put it also in the chat together with a few others. But let's go there with further ado, and you will find in that URL the MyHeritage search engine. This is where we have all our records available. And I don't know how many of you notice it, but I notice it, and it took me kind of by surprise. But we have a new milestone because we now have 14 billion historical records. Right there, right in the top, it says 14. And a lot of those are actually yearbooks and school records. The easiest way to find them is by going into the categories that you have down here, and you move to the right until you find the icon that shows you schools and university records. 279,000 records, I'm sorry, million of records right there. Yeah, I'm having troubles with the commas and the zeros, but definitely a huge amount of records that you can search for yourself. And this is the plan. This is what I'm going right now to do. I'm going to click here, and hopefully the internet will play nice, because before was a little bit slow, and you will see a dedicated page for schools and university records. Now, I would like to point out that you can see some of them are actually free. All of those that has this green icon on the name that says free, well, that is because those records are free to view and to search. Now, we have divided this collection or this category into two sets. One is yearbooks, and we have yearbooks from the United States and other places as well, and school index, which we also have from many places in the world. So here you can actually click the more button, and you can see all the yearbooks or all the school records that we have, or you can simply fill here the name of the person that you're looking for, and this will search for the person in all the records, the schools and university records that we have. Of course, that you can actually include here the publication place. And in this case, if you're wondering, I'm actually looking for my father. So if I would know that he actually studied in New York, I can use New York, or I can even use, and this is probably a very good tip for you, you can use the name of the school that the person attended. In, again, my own case, I do know my father was in a couple. He was in Peekskill Academy and in Cheshire Academy. And believe me, I don't know how to write any of those two words, so I'm gonna leave it blank. But if your person just was studying at the Jefferson High School, that I can write, and that will be more easy to spell. But I'm gonna leave it just like this, Sidney Horowitz in New York, and I'm gonna click the search button. Hopefully, and immediately, yes, we are starting to get results. And you can see, and I want you first of all to notice that on the left side where the category is, now we're showing only schools and universities. But if I would like to go one step back, I can just click on all collections, and that will bring me results from everything that has MyHeritage. Or I can fine tune into yearbooks and school records. And this is what I'm going to do right now, because I'm actually want to find him in the yearbook collection. And hopefully the collection will pop up right there. And now you can see, and this is also a great tip for you searching yearbooks, you will be able to see the different yearbooks that MyHeritage has. And you can see, for example, the Washington College or the Yeshiva College or Cardoso School of Law. All those are the places where it appears, or in the US Yearbook Name Index, which we also have divided into two. Now, before I go further, I would like just to go a little bit down and try to see if I can find my father here. Well, I actually did it before, and of course, I'm not seeing it now. But I would like to show you a couple of examples. The first one is this one, and this is in the US Yearbooks Index. And just by filtering in that specific collection, I actually managed to find my father right there. One of the reasons I managed to find him is because I actually recognized the image of the yearbook, because I have the yearbook and I know in which pages he appears. But you can see here that this belongs to the Cheshire Academy. So I could use now copy paste and actually filter by place here or by school and university up here and focus on that one. Let me see if I found it. Yes, the other one was down here. This is the one that I found before. But you know what? Let's go into this one. And it doesn't matter where you click on the result, it will bring you the page. Now, I want you to pay good attention to what's happening right now, because all those pages in the yearbooks are actually black and white. Okay, if you have yearbooks already at home, at least from the years before my son. Now probably my son will bring a digital yearbook, and if they print it, they will print it in color. But these ones are actually originally in black and white, and this is how they look. It looks good, but it's not the best. So what MyHeritage did automatically for every page on the yearbooks is applied the in color technology. And you can see also how it's highlighted the name of my father here in this page. And again, just because I know, but I could also, and I don't know how many of you have researched yearbooks. It's very easy, but it can be also very tricky to find the right person. Here, what it says here is that he's standing, and he's standing in the first second, third, fourth place. So if we count together 1, 2, 3, 4 faces, yep, this is my father, just showing there in color and very nicely, so I can immediately recognize him, and I can add also and save this record from here to the family tree, to where he is in the tree. Now, if I would say that this is all, it will be great, but we have a little bit more for you, because if I scroll down, you will see that below we have other yearbooks for the Cheshire Academy. And if my father was found in this one, which is actually, which one is this? 1957. Okay, depending on the history and the age, I may go and browse the 1956 or the 1958, and probably I will find him over there as well, because students may appear more than one time, both in the same yearbook and in the year before or after. So the other thing you can do just before you go to any other of the yearbooks is take advantage of the pagination and just start going back and forth into the page. And of course, the colorization button will be there for you, but you can also use, let's say here, you can also use the arrows on the corner and being able to browse the yearbook until you find the person that you are looking for. Because again, if the person appears in one, it may appear in another page depending on how much time and what activities he did there. Now I'm going to go back to the results page. I'm going to go actually back to this one, and I'm going to apply all collections. Okay, and here I have another tip for you looking into school, which is not really records, but is school related, because I started saying that the reason that brought me to today's presentation was my son's graduation. And you have no idea how many people actually advertised graduations in the newspapers. Okay, so what I just did was to put as a keyword right here, and I will go again, I will click more, I will find keyword here, and I will add the word graduation. So now I'm not only looking for the name of the person, but I'm also looking for the word graduation. Now, of course, that MyHeritage is bringing me all kind of things, family trees and other stuff. So I need to go and to say specifically that I want the newspaper collection. And hopefully, yes, you will find newspapers from all over the area. And I can tell you that Cheshire Academy is actually in Connecticut or New York. Now I'm doubting, but let's see if I can find it here. And of course, you need to also take care of the year, and you can use either the publication date or the publication title to fine tune more your results. But the important thing is that whenever you go into the specific record, MyHeritage will show you the page, but will also show you the paragraph where the name is mentioned. And then you should be seeing here also the name graduation someplace, and that will hopefully point you out to a newspaper article about a graduation. In here, I didn't have that much luck, at least with the word graduation. Let's give one more try here, because I do want to see the word graduation. Oh, okay. Here, no, I don't think this is a graduation, and I don't think also this is my father, but you will need probably to open a few pages in order to find the right people. Now, below that, and just because this is a newspaper, you will find the OCR from the paper. So eventually you will be able to copy and paste the information. So you don't need to transcribe the article. You just can copy and paste, and again, save this to your record. Okay, but enough about my research, and I hope I have given you already enough tips and tricks how to search for your people in the record. Let me go very fast to the announcements. And today I don't have a lot of them, but I just want to remind you that you can see recordings of this and other Ask the Experts, as well as other webinars or articles that we're publishing every week in the MyHeritage knowledge base, and the URL for that is education.myheritage.com. Also, on the legacy page, we have some interesting webinars about MyHeritage. They're free to attend, and they're free also to view later on, or you can simply go and browse the other subjects that we have over there up for you. The invitation, as always, is to be here with me every Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, no matter where in the world you are, for a 30-minute lecture about a specific topic, and then your open questions and answers. So let's go there. And in order to do that, I definitely need to allow you to unmute yourself, and you can raise your hands, or you can just simply wave me and tell me what is your question and how I can help you. Marlene, go ahead.
My mother studied nursing right before World War II at Beth Israel Hospital in New York City, but they don't call it Beth Israel Hospital anymore. Would I still be able to find it?
Well, I will not know actually, but I will tell you, give it a try. I don't know by heart all the collections of schools records that we have. You could go also to the collection catalog and search over there. And remember that in the newspapers, probably somebody put out there something. The family members wanted to be proud that she's becoming a nurse, or a hospital is being proud to hire her. That will be also great leads for you.
Okay. But she was not from New York City. Do I put where she was from? Do I search under?
I will use the place where the school was.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Pat. Hi, Pat. How are you?
Pat Dell or Pat Miller?
You, Pat Dell.
Okay. I noticed when doing my family tree, it only lists ancestors going back 20 generations, and then that line stops as far as following them. Is that correct? It only shows 20.
Wait, where are you seeing only 20 generations back?
On my family tree.
No. Well, 1 second. Do you have more than 20 generations back?
Yes, I have 23, 24 on some.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on the top of the last generation, do you see like a little antennas over there?
Hold on 1 sec.
Probably I will say yes.
Okay.
And the reason for that is because we cannot fit all the generations in one screen. So we put those little antennas that you can click on them, and you can open that branch of the family. Am I right?
Okay, let me quick check one.
Okay.
But if you want to answer somebody else, go right ahead.
Okay, I will do that. Michelle, I have you here. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. I have a funny question. I have somebody I'm researching in Sierra Leone. Do you know anywhere I can find any records at all for Sierra Leone?
Well, I don't know why this is a funny question, and I'm not going to give you a funny answer. No. I do know that we don't have records for Sierra Leone. I don't know if we have a family trees from Sierra Leone. Chances are yes, because remember that MyHeritage is available in 42 languages. So besides accessing internet, there is no really a reason why not to use MyHeritage on Sierra Leone. I will say that that is a difficult research area. The other suggestion I have for you is go to Facebook and try to find a group for people in Sierra Leone. Try to look for local people that will be able to help you. I don't know if there is any genealogical society over there. And Dave right away put a link for family search where you can find more information about genealogy in Sierra Leone. Dave, thank you
Thanks.
very much. You see, that was already worth coming here. Pat, thank you very much, Michelle. Pat, I'm still waiting. I need to know if I was right or not.
No, I'm on. Are you on the horizontal family tree or the vertical?
Wait, you're not now talking about a chart that you printed?
No, no.
No? Okay, so let me share screens and let's see if I go to my family tree. Okay, let me see if I can show you. We are limiting the amount of generations that we show, and we are not limiting to actually 20, we're limiting actually to 10. And the reason I say 10 is because when we put 5 here in the options, you have 5 below and 5 above. So here I don't have more than 5. I'm going to go back to restrict this to 3. And we'll show you the antennas. You see those antennas on the top of the person card?
Yes, now I understand what you meant by antennas.
Okay. You don't like the name antennas? You have a better name for that?
No, that's great.
Okay. Now, it's important for me to know if you are seeing the same thing, and here is where you're finding the limitation.
Yes.
Okay. Well, they shouldn't have.
Oh, okay. Also, when you click on it and then you open that person, okay, and then go over to your left and open the information about the person there.
Yes.
Yeah, there. Now, where it says great grandfather, it will go on that part up until it says 20 generations for ancestors.
Okay.
That's all the farther it will go.
Okay, but not on the display, but to identify the relationship, you mean?
Correct.
Okay, that's another thing. And yes, currently there is a limitation over there. But I cannot tell you that we have one of our first engineers working on the new phase for the tree, and he is working very hard in order to get more generations and more complicated relationships into this relationship tag. And we are bringing actually very nice things to this tree.
Sounds great.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. And I see a lot of hands here. Annette, are you here?
Yes.
Okay, hi.
Hi. Let's say you're searching for a yearbook picture or a graduation announcement, and you know the school, but you don't know the exact year.
Okay.
Can you put in an age range, or do you have to search each year separately?
Well, definitely you can put a year range. If you use this space on the top, okay, you will be talking about the birth year of the person. So if I will know that he was born in 1947, I can say match exactly, or I can say, okay, look for 2 years before, 2 years after. The other way will be in the year of the school. Again, if he
Right.
was born in 47, he was there in 97. And also here, if I'm not really sure about the date, I can use like 2 years before and 2 years after. So you're
Okay.
covering actually 4 or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, depending on what you are selecting here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. With more than pleasure. Alisa, are you still there?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello,
My
Alisa.
phone is hot. I want goodness.
Okay,
My
so what is your
question
question
is
today?
related to last week's question about to connect with family members that have a tree. Your suggestion with the envelope up there was excellent. However, when I wrote the name and wrote my things that I want to ask him and tried to send it, the name disappeared. In other words, I don't think I could send anything to anybody.
Well,
Any idea why?
because probably you are using the envelope, but not from the smart matches. Meaning, if I open the envelope, as I suggested last time, from here, I can compose the message. And
Yes.
when I say the name, I will have here the name of the people that are actually in my family tree. Okay.
Yeah.
If you know that you have a smart match with another person, okay, for example, let's review a match here, Laura Smith. When you click contact, okay, you will open a new tab and you are now in the inbox and the name will appear here. Now, because Laura is not part of your tree, we will still allow you to send this message, but you will not see the person's email address because of the privacy issue. So from here, this is how you can contact the people that is matching your tree. I don't know how you know the name of the other person if it's not by a smart match, but let's say that you want to send a message to me. Well, if you write Daniel Horowitz, probably it will not go because
Yes.
we have too many Daniel Horowitz in the database. So we will not know exactly who that person is. This Laura Smith, of course, we also have a lot of Laura Smiths out there,
Yes.
but we know that this is this Laura because we know exactly who she is because we detected that she is the administrator of a smart match. So we know exactly who that unique person is. Okay.
Oh, okay. So he may have gotten it in a way.
I would not know.
Okay.
Okay.
No. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you everybody else for being here today. 30 minutes has passed and I had a great time here with you. I hope that also you have enjoyed today's presentation and learned a little bit more how to find your relatives in the school records at MyHeritage. As always, the invitation is for next week, 1 p.m. New York time, Eastern time, wherever in the world you are. Both registered and come to the Zoom session where you can voice your question, or you can just simply relax and watch it on my Facebook. Until then, please take very good care of yourself and do a little bit more of genealogy. Why not? Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Daniel. Good night.